Hi, it's artist Daniil Belov and my painting lessons. Today I'll tell you about lighting on a clear sunny day. Once we were painting on plein at Slovetsky Islands. We found a gorgeous view there. There was giant colored rocks in the foreground, on the second plane there was moss, and on the third plane there was a forest, and we had a piece of blue sky on the third plane too. I started to work on the subject. I painted the sky, the third plane and the moss. It seemed that the painting was going well, but when I started to paint the rocks, everything started to crumble. I was painting not rocks, but some clay, some plasticine. It looked like the rocks didn't belong to this landscape. I thought, what I am doing wrong? I tried to place the paint with a palette knife. I was thinking it might be better with a palette knife. But nothing had helped. The rocks still looked like plasticine no matter what I did. I understood what happened only after I had learned that actually, on a clear sunny day, there are two light sources. The first light source is the sky, and the second is the sun. The sky lights are seen evenly from all sides with a soft light, and the sun creates a bright flow of parallel and directed light beams. The sun shines much more intensely than the sky, and now I try to recreate here a scene where the sky is a light source. You can see that the objects are lit more or less softly, with a blue tinted light. As you have probably seen, the sky is blue, and it lights with a blue-colored light. It lights the whole scene with a blue light, like a dome. And now, imagine that I add the sun. Here it is. Look what we get. An additional light source has appeared. It creates a light flow, this bright flow of white light. This directed, sharp flow is much more intense than the sky. In my example, a humble lamp acts as the sun. The light flow from the lamp is not very parallel. That's why you can see here that the shadows are spreading a bit, and you can see how much more intense the sun is in comparison with the sky. You can see it by the contrast of light and shadow. Look at the sharp shadows that appear here. At the same time, you can notice that the sky doesn't stop lighting this scene. You can notice it especially easily in the shadows. Our shadows, the core shadows and the cast shadows, they both have a clear blue tint. And the same thing happens in a landscape. And that is what I missed in the rocks which I was painting at Slovetsky Islands. I needed to add cold blue light from the sky in the shadows. That's why they were looking like plasticine, as if they were aliens from some other landscape. The closer the sun is to the horizon, the warmer its light reaching the ground is. In the example of this building, you can clearly see that the walls which are lit with the sun now have a warm yellowish color, but the sky didn't stop lighting the scene. So if we look at the shadows, we will see that they have a blue tint. It's most noticeable on the columns. Please write in the comments if you already knew that the sky and the sun are two separate sources of light. I would be interested to learn how it's taught in other art schools. And tell me how you were taught to work with shading in your art school. Were you taught to draw shading from nature, copying it in your drawing exactly the same as it is in nature? Or were you taught to understand how the shading is formed to work on it later from your imagination? Or maybe you copy shading from photos? If you would like me to talk more about drawing and painting, become my patron at patreon.com.